This is our day 4 in Czech Republic, and today's cruising we're gonna start on the second Prague castle named Vyšehrad, and this is the entering gate. Vyšehrad is the castle on the right bank of the Vltava river, while the Prague castle we visited the other day is on the left bank. Vyšehrad was established in the 10th century, so about 100 years after the Prague castle. Over the centuries, both castles were competing for the supremacy over the capital city of the Czech kingdom. After all, Prague's castle became the number one castle and the seat of Czech kings and later president, while Vyšehrad remained an important part of the city's defensive. And this is the main structure of the Vyšehrad castle, St. Peter's and Paul Basilic. The Vyšehrad castle, for centuries, was an important piece of the city defense. And Prague castle is right there. This is the national monument on the Vítkov Hill. In 1420, Vítkov Hill took place of a massive battle between Czech Protestants, called Hussites, and giant army of Crusaders. Although being greatly outnumbered, handful of well-organized and motivated Czech fighters crushed the heavy cavalry of Crusaders. The monumental victory, taking an immortal place in the history, would not be possible without the leadership of a man famed as a leader who never lost a battle.
Centerpiece of the monument is the biggest equestrian statue in Czech Republic of army leader John Žižka from Trocnov. This is Nussel's Bridge, very important piece of the Prague's infrastructure. It was built in early 70s during the time of construction of the metro system. And the unique thing about this bridge is that the metro trains are running inside the bridge. Car traffic and pedestrians are using the top of the bridge. We are on the outskirts of Prague now, in the area called Prokop's Valley. And it's a very popular hiking area. So just to get away from the city a little bit, we're gonna take a short hike. This is a memorial sign of a very famous Czech rider and a lively Boy Scout Jaroslav Foglar. This is some kind of ruins here. It looks like a farmhouse to me. We follow the yellow signs. And for lunch, I'm gonna stop by in this pleasant outside restaurant. And for dessert, I have a typical Czech dessert strudel, which is basically an apple pie with whipped cream. Lunch was great, and that outside restaurant was just pleasant. And now I'm gonna get back to car and keep cruising around and in Prague. There is a cruising day. This neighborhood is called Karlstejn, and there was lots of new development here. And look at this amazing sculpture. And it's turning its head. Last night I was on the concert in the jazz club, and today we are leaving Prague and going to the countryside. The first place we're gonna see on the countryside today is this 14th century fortress named Kost. This throwing mechanism was used when the foreign armies tried to conquer the castle. And this is the surrounding of the castle. This whole area we are in now is called the Czech Paradise, and it's famous for several historical castles, hiking and biking. The centerpiece of the whole Czech Paradise area and the most prominent structure is this castle ruins Trosky. And this is how the ruins looked back in 1390.
Jo, tak jo, to tak.
Mohli bychom se podívat dole?
Ne, bych napřál.
We are in the city of Mělník, about 20 miles north of Prague, and we are here to see the confluence of two Czech biggest rivers. And this is the confluence. The smaller river is the Elbe River, that's floating all the way to Northern Sea, and the wider river, that's Vltava River, the longest Czech river. That mountain in distance is a Říp mountain, and that have a mystical place in Czech history. The story is that the leader of the Czech tribe climbed that mountain to look around and declared that this is the promised land for the Czech tribe.
Today we are in Central Bohemia and we are here to see this magnificent castle Karlstejn. The castle was built by a Czech king and Caesar of the Holy Roman Empire, Karl IV. The castle was founded in 1348 and it took them only 9 years to build it.
Because you know the thing that
Okay, dobře. Okay, so we will head in, but it is possible that you maybe heard it because I just said like it's near that the first floor of the imperial palace originally served for the emperor's courtiers. Well, Karlstejn as a whole served as a summer residence only for travel freighted with some murals that depicted a miracle that happened with knuckles and joints, and by night with the emperor's crown on his head, Karlstejn, and they also took care of the collection for the royal bedchamber. The guards for this long time, so they have here, thereby an Italian painter, Picasso de Modena. Charles IV was a very spiritual man, and about his guests, while he could see all of his guests perfectly originally, the murals depicted most of his ancestors from his father's side, December, but also from his mother's side, Genesis. There were also some fictional ancestors, like some little figures and some side of the first Genesis, Genesis kings, first the dukes, later this for me, and it's called the shield wall, and it served as a shield for Great Flowers of Wisdom, second floor, and it's the chapel of the Holy Cross. The chapel, and this is the great, biggest collection of books. For example, on the right, the man in the red This is a copy of the Czech coronation crown. The original was made for Charles's coronation in the year 1347. The Great Tower has its own fortification, and also the only that wooden bridge could be taken down in case of a danger. But yeah, it's a shame that it's like so late right now, because I kind of like. Okay, good. Yeah, there is just.